Hey everybody, coming to you pre-recorded on this Tuesday evening. President of MERF, Micron Employees for Religious Freedom. My name's Ben Chaffetz. If this is your first time tuning in, pleasure to meet you. I got some pretty exciting news. Sorry I didn't have a video last week. We had our town hall. Hope you guys attended. If not, no worries. John Runft, our illustrious attorney, made an appearance, and he gave us some updates as to what our legal path forward is. I'll get to that in a moment. First, I got to do my spiel. I don't have my pins today. I think they're still on my suit. But if you don't have a MERF button, please let us know. We'll get you one. If you're walking down a certain organization's hallways and they say, "Hey, where'd you get that awesome green button?" Tell them about us and get the word out. We're trying to get as much networking as we can, and help as many people as we can. The enamel pins are for those that have donated. If you have donated and you haven't got one, let us know. We'll get you one as soon as we can. So, with regards to the legal update, John Runft came to the town hall, and he talked about a very exciting case that will be heard by the Supreme Court of the United States. Hey, we love them. He sent out a document, and it's going to be heard on April 18th, 2023, so this year. And it's Groff versus DeJoy. Please pay attention to this case. This is massive for us. We're going to be sending out an email, and the title of the document is Groff versus DeJoy, SCOTUS number 22174, docket and briefs. So there are 4 pages of links of briefs that have legal research in them. It's basically, as John referred to, a treasure trove of information. Share it with as many people as you know. Feel free to go through it like certain January 6th tapes that a certain newscaster has right now. Fun joke in my opinion. But the more people looking at this, the better. If you guys have something to offer, let us know. Come to office hours. We're happy to have your input. But basically, with regards to legal foundations, right? We've been hunting legal foundations and we've been courting them and doing that whole dance. I spoke about that, I think, 2 weeks ago. They're chomping at the bit to take us. The thing is, they don't know how these things are going to be decided. And as it was explained to me, is, once the arguments happen, then they pretty much know how they're going to rule. So the arguments happen on the 18th. So if you can watch that or listen, I think you can only listen to Supreme Court cases. Go ahead and listen. This is an important case to pay attention to, and it has to do with us. Or at least it has to do with us moving forward. So MERF's going to be in kind of a holding pattern. Make sure you have all your documentation in order and, you've filed and done all that stuff. If you want to file, we're not telling you to file. We're not offering legal advice. Just saying, make sure you have your stuff in order. That's all. So pay attention to that case. It should be rather interesting. The other thing I want to say, we're not just doing this, because we felt wronged. We're doing this because a wrong occurred in a state, in a country that it never should have. We are a nation that was based on religious freedom and freedom in general, and that was violated. And I think we've seen, based on recent reporting, that we can't trust our government or big corporations in general, and definitely not the media. So, basically, we need to take control of our lives, and I'm doing this as my son is almost 7 months old, and I'm doing this for him. I'm doing this for my family. I want my son to live in a free America, and I fear that we're losing it. I really pray that one day we get some justice, and I think if we persevere, we will. But we can't do that without you guys. And our attorney put this very nicely. He said, whether it's in the boardroom of corporate America or in many of our government agencies, there's growing intolerance and hostility towards religion. People of faith are often put in the untenable position of choosing between their work or their beliefs. So I think there's a bigger issue here that we can talk about. What's the one thing that's standing in the way of a government entity taking control of the American people? Well, I'd say there's 2 things. But I'll only talk about one for the sake of YouTube. The one thing is God. Because if you believe in God, then you believe in a higher power having some influence on your life that is more powerful than the government that you reside in, or the government of the nation that you reside in. And it goes back to Marxist ideology. You know, what did Karl Marx say? He said you have to kill three things: God, family, and property. Well, we've seen property under attack for sure. Definitely seen family under attack. I mean, I can't think of, anything more under attack over the past, I'd say, 2 decades than family. We see that in our education system and so on and so forth. And religion, I mean, I when was the last time you saw a movie produced by Hollywood, not a Christian producer, that talked about God? Start paying attention to that. I've really been paying attention to that, and Christianity is very often in movies, condemned, and they're often the bad guys. But every time I see somebody praying in a film now, I cherish it. It must be why I've been watching a lot of old movies now. Speaking of which, watch Swiss Family Robinson. Great movie. Anyway, staying on track. I just want to say our cause is just, and we want good things to happen. We want good things for our children, and I hope you'll stay in this fight with me, and I hope that I hope you see the light at the end of the tunnel as I do. If you guys have any questions, please come to office hours. They're going to be by request only from now on, but there will be one tonight from 7 to 8, although you're probably watching this on Wednesday, so my apologies. Other than that, I hope you all have a blessed evening and rest of your week, and tune in next week for the next video. God bless.